أهلا بكم مع حلقة جديدة من الشرق سينما، وحديثنا فيها اليوم عن فيلم ذا جلاس ووركر، وهو الفيلم الروائي الطويل الأول بالتحريك الأنيميشن الذي ينجز في باكستان، وهو من إنجاز المخرج الشاب عثمان رياض، أو بالأحرى وسمان رياز كما يلفظه هو بنفسه. وقبل الولوج إلى تفاصيل هذا الفيلم، فيلم جلاس ووركر، أدعوكم لمشاهدة بعض اللقطات، وسأفسر لكم فيما بعد علاقة هذه اللقطات التي تبدو في الظاهر ليست لها علاقة بالفيلم، لكنكم ستكتشفون فيما بعد هذه العلاقة والآصرة ما بين تلك الصور وفيلم ذا جلاس ووركر. ولدت قصة الحب هذه في متحف الزجاج بمدينة فينيسيا، ومع تلك الولادة ولد الفيلم أيضا ونمى وأصبح حبا جديدا ما بين المخرج وهذه الحكاية.
When I was 16 years old, I went to Venice and I saw the Murano glass blowers, and that process always fascinated me. I thought the way that they made the glass sculptures was just as interesting as the actual sculptures themselves, and I always wondered why nobody had made a film on this. At that age, I wasn't thinking I'm going to make a movie on this. I just kept having that question and kept it at the back of my mind. And when it came time to make my own film, that was the first idea we pulled out, and we explored that for this film.
شهد فيلم ذا جلاس ووركر عرضه العالمي الأول في مهرجان آنسي لأفلام التحريك، وهو المهرجان الأول والأضخم في العالم في مجال سينما التحريك. لكن لنستمع إلى حكاية الفيلم وعما يتناوله من المخرج نفسه عثمان رياض أو عثمان رياز.
So The Glass Worker is a coming-of-age story about two children from separate walks of life. One is an apprentice glassblower learning from his father in their artisan glass shop, and the other is a prodigious and gifted violinist struggling to find her own unique voice on the instrument. And the film follows both characters through their formative years as a growing threat of war strains their relationship.
هذه الحكاية هي حكاية حب لم تكتمل، هي حكاية روميو وجولييت حديثة في زمن حرب حديثة.
It's like the sun lives in there.
What we explore in the film is that there's this conflict happening in the north that is slowly making their way to our characters, and how that affects their relationships, how that affects them, and the comment on art versus war, love versus war. So the antithesis, which is destruction and creation, was a theme I wanted to explore in this movie. And also it was very much inspired by how we grew up in Pakistan, which is that all this conflict around us. The world changed after 9/11, so there was this anxiety that was constantly there about what is going to happen, but we still kept living, we kept moving forward, and those are the themes I wanted to explore with these characters growing up from childhood to adolescence.
لكن ما الذي دفع هذا المخرج الشاب وفريقه إلى قضاء 10 سنوات لإنجاز هذا الفيلم؟
I kept waiting for someone to begin a traditional hand-run animation studio in Pakistan, and that never happened. So we just took the first steps. Mariam Paracha, the co-founder of Mano Animation Studios and the art director on The Glass Worker, and Riyaz, the CEO of Mano Animation Studios and producer on The Glass Worker. The three of us kind of banded together and went on this adventure to make this film, and we found a lot of talented artists in Pakistan who were able to join this project. All of this started in, I think the idea for the film just came from Mariam and my conversation in Karachi in 2014, summer 2014, and it kept growing from there.
وسمان رياز استند إلى تجربة مدرسة الأنمي اليابانية، وجاءت تجربته هذا تحية لتلك المدرسة ومعلميها الكبار.
I had never seen something so beautiful. It was magical.
It just became the only way I knew how to work, and I drew every single frame. I planned a lot of the animation within the storyboards. Obviously, everybody who worked on the film worked extremely hard to bring those shots to life, me included. I was an animator on the film, but the conceptual phase was all in the storyboards. And if the film is reminiscent of the Japanese animated films, that was not intentional, that was just the way the medium works. I wanted to try and capture that magic in the films from the films that I grew up watching. And if I've achieved even 1% of that, I think I've done a good job.
الزجاج كما الحياة وكما الحب يمكن أن ينكسر، لأنه رقيق يمكن أن ينكسر بأية ضربة أو بأية سقطة على الأرض. وشاهدنا داخل هذا الفيلم كيف تكسر زجاج كثير وكيف تكسر حب كبير أيضا في نفس الوقت بسبب الحرب. لذا يبدو لي هذا الفيلم صرخة قوية بوجه الحرب، هو دعوة للحب، للحرية، للحياة، وصرخة قوية ضد الحرب.
The Glassworker is an anti-war film. I believe that war is not the answer to anything. Ultimately, it's the people caught in the conflict that suffer, regardless of whoever the victor is. And I wanted to show that from the civilian's point of view, where you hear murmurs of conflicts that are happening all around you, but you still find reasons to keep living, to keep moving forward.
The Great Ravine is disputed territory. We claim it, so do they. So we go to war.